Zero.
Welcome back. Boom. Welcome back and Happy New Year 2025 from the Premium Advantage. And
Happy New Year's. Haha, Sinto.
that's right, to our 105 episode today, Friday, January the 3rd, 2025. How things move. So many things have happened. So many things have happened since the last presentation. And so we're going to try to we took the steps of kind of summarizing the information as much as we could and trying to present it in such a way where we adhere to the concept of the premium advantage to help you save time and money in insurance and taxes. All right, so here we go. Episode 105 from the premium advantage.
That's how we roll, baby.
Don't forget, tax season is open and available. If you're ready for estimates, go to the website, thepremiumadvantage.com, set up a complimentary appointment. We'll get you a complimentary estimate before the tax season even starts. Ready to go. We are ready to go.
DJ complimentary in the house.
In the a host, myself, Roberto, Premium HTX on all social media, and our co-host, Mr. Jacinto.
2025 to everybody in podcast land.
Yes, the year is here. Our topics for today, carefully lined up so that we can have a nice discussion, positive, constructive discussion.
We got the new background and everything. Look at this.
Thanks, Veronica. Now, so don't forget, we're developing the team and the technology, and so we're going to be presenting the information in new ways than before. So hopefully we'll be more efficient. All right, cool. Thanks. Fees and taxes, one of the conversations that we wanted to include because it's one of the models that we keep talking about is just tools and incentives for world peace. So we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about that. Health and fitness. Everybody's got that New Year's resolution coming up. I got one now that I think about it.
New me.
Some weather updates, some nice discussions or interesting discussions about weather, some things coming up.
It'd be crazy.
Sportsinto, some updates about sports because we'd like to have those discussions, include probability discussions, how they
playoffs,
probability discussions, how they affect the and some local updates, some situations that are happening in Houston. This is a Houston show, so we like to share the information, share the communication with our community. If you guys have some situations coming up in Houston, let us know, and we'll share it with the audience. All right, cool. Don't forget, moratoriums for now lifted, but when we talk about the weather, those could be raised again. So for now, lifting in Texas. If you have some questions about insurance, go to the website at premiumadvantage.com and we will answer your questions. All right, cool. 2025 discussion, peace and taxes. Part of the situation that we are opening up. I guess it's a new new topic or new way of engaging with folks, which is some discussions about some things that have happened. So some terrible things happened, and I don't know if you're aware or if everybody's aware or
pretty much. I think everyone's aware.
Okay, and so but there's other situations that have come up with regards to these situations in New Orleans and in Las Vegas. Okay, I wanted to bring it up with regards to peace and taxes because my question, I guess, to the audience, my question is to you, Jacinto. What is the perception? What do folks think? Because I immediately try to go, oh, how do we connect? How do we make it positive? How do we discuss it?
Yes, intriguing.
Peace and taxes. What do these situations, how do we think these are going to affect our taxes, our situations? Because my impression is folks that want to have a reaction. Like these situations are made to have a reaction, right? You say, oh, what's the reaction then, Eddie? Right? And so there's a lot of conversation about what could have been done, what should be done in the future, how can we prevent things from happening? And so there's a correlation is what we keep discussing between these situations and taxes, right? Because these new processes, new situations, like it has to get done. What do you think about that? Have you thought about that? And then we can keep on to the probability discussion as things kind of.
You know, some might say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
Okay.
Let's imagine John Lennon. It's a lyric of a song. So they play that song every year.
Okay.
After they play the you know, when the New Year's when the ball drops, and then New York, they usually play after that. And then the song after is Imagine by John Lennon.
Okay.
And he always says in that song about equality, about what if we didn't have all these things? What if we didn't have all these boundaries? It's the most important thing is love, right? The most important thing is being with each other, and that's what we always preach. But then the year goes on and things happen and life happens, and that's why it's when situations happen, good, bad, extreme situations, we got to try and learn from them. We have to try and take the best from them. We have to try and take the right avenue to take. So hopefully with all of these situations, we can learn from them. We can set up situation. We can set ourselves up better for the future. Any sort of terrorist attacks and things like that, we can hopefully be preventative.
Yeah.
We can the whole see something, say something thing. We need to all be aware of that. We need to be vigilant. We need to be observant. We need to have a head on a swivel. We need to act. Don't be a full Karen, but
well, there's a discussion.
Yeah.
And on top of the discussion between peace and taxes, because I would propose as one of the situations because you have mentioned being prepared about potential future terrorist attacks or situations like this, right? Being vigilant. I would propose to find out a way to try to make it where those attacks don't even exist anymore. Potentially not. I wouldn't say there's many avenues to go about that. Some folks would say, "Oh, be restrictive and do this." I would say, how communicative can society or us be to, out there in the general social media communication to say, "Hey, we love everybody. If you're feeling this way, negative, or you have some kind of situation, there's this solution for you that maybe you can have for some situation, as opposed to just be vigilant because somebody's about to pop."
You're right.
Somebody's about to pop. We don't know who's gonna pop. More like, hey, if you feel like you're gonna pop, or if you feel like your situation, or you're having this, and you want to discuss it in such a way, can we, I'm just throwing it out.
That's what's about being preventative.
Gonna pop.
No, you're right. That's what it is about being preventative. Is considering that
without having to spy on everybody. Where it's like we gotta watch everybody because we don't know who's spying. It's okay.
To be like, remember that was it called Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone? Remember in that future where there's no more crime?
Sure.
Right? To be to that extreme, they had to have cameras everywhere.
But then the extreme didn't work either because they had to work either.
Exactly. Those people lived underground situation because people.
But I get what you're saying. I understand.
So we need it needs to be somewhere in the middle.
That's how the movie ended, by the way. The movie ended just like that. When there's one guy's going, "Oh, we're gonna throw a party. We're gonna throw this," and the other one's like, "No, right." And then Sylvester's alone. "Oh, yeah, somewhere in the middle, yo." And then somewhere in between there.
That is the best Sylvester Stallone impression.
Yeah.
Like he's just
2025, baby, drunk. Coming alive.
But yeah, no, you're right. Something in the middle, right? So we're not eating rat tacos. But at the same, because remember when he eats the rat taco? And she's like, "Do you see any cows around here?" And he's like, "It tastes good." So, a rat burger.
So the discussion about peace and taxes, and this is part of that. And then on top of that, the probability discussion, because there's two instances, and this is extremely interesting, right?
What's that?
There's instances of correlation. One with regards to the two instances being correlated but uncorrelated, meaning it's the same day. The situations happen in the same day. All right. And they happen with vehicles. Both of them happen with vehicles, correct?
What?
Both of them happened. The vehicles were obtained in the same fashion, rented in an app, the same app even.
What?
Okay. Yep. The individuals involved both in the same branch of the military.
What?
Yes, correct. So these are all similarities that are all out there, right? This may change. Like how reality was yesterday and today was tomorrow.
Sure. Yes.
This may change, but up to
2024 is so black and white, dude.
Layers.
Yeah, man.
Layers.
Wow, that is interesting.
Both went to this. I believe were both deployed in Afghanistan. Both decorated in different time spans, and so there's a lot of similarities.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
Intriguing.
To say, okay, because right now authorities, my understanding is that their position is there doesn't seem to be a connection between there are. But it's like, are they? Is it a coincidence?
More information will come out. We'll find out.
I mean, maybe we'll find out. Maybe not.
I mean, the cops will know. They're going to do their research. It's so hard these days to get away with stuff with social media and cameras everywhere and
you're right.
To be off the grid completely, it's almost impossible.
Correct. So then, I'm curious to see, or if they will ever learn, if there was like third or fourth folks. This is what I'm thinking. It's like the only way that this kind of coordination could happen is like someone is sending out communications saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do this independently.
It's not like the Luigi guy who's on his own doing his own thing. And now we know everything there is to know about that guy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So it's the same thing, and only time will tell.
Yeah. So what we're looking for is, I guess, to be more informed, more vigilant.
Yeah.
Balanced situation. But there is a correlation, and we'd like to discuss it because it affects everybody.
And preventative, man.
Yeah,
if you're feeling a certain way, talk to people, communicate.
Yeah. Isolation. Isolation is kind of
Yeah.
I perceive is maybe one of the symptoms. Isolation
Absolutely.
is like, oh, too much. I'm not saying not everybody likes to hang out with everybody, but there's something there about human contact.
There's something that my favorite ESPN guy, my only ESPN guy that I watch right now is Pat McAfee, and he always says at the end of his show, he always says, "Say something nice to someone, you might save their day."
Say something nice.
You might save their day.
Nice.
You never know.
Yeah. Hey, a nice positive comment.
Someone who's going through something, you never know what someone's going through. You see someone slouching, not feeling good, like, "Hey man, hope you're doing all right."
Go giving out
Happy New Year.
Just a nice way to think is go giving out compliments continuously. Make it a habit to maybe I wouldn't say just give it some thought, right? Maybe I'll be more complimentary here and there when I nothing to some positiveness. That's a nice way to think about it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So any thoughts about that? Let us know. Put it on the little chat. Give us some feedback. We'll keep touching base on these discussions. All right, cool. Health and fitness 2025.
Oh yes, health and fitness. So in case y'all didn't know, I'm a fitness trainer. I'm available for training. Hit me up with questions though. I love answering questions. I've been a trainer for a long time. I was a fitness director of 2 wellness centers for about 5 years, so I know my things. So I know that January is a new year, you new me, you lose weight, get all fit and all that.
Because the holidays.
Every year, because all Christmas long you've been eating and hunkering down, getting all warm and cozy, and you need body fat to stay cozy. I get it. So summer is coming, y'all. Let's get ready now. All right. So one really big thing that I want to talk about is hydration. That's a huge thing, and people don't understand that the biggest point of that, I'm always drinking, but it's the other point of that is making sure that your water stays in you.
What? Okay, this is intriguing. Making sure it stays in there.
I have a client right now so this is the latest trend, right? The Ozempic thing.
Oh,
right.
Okay,
so with the latest fitness trends, I like to stay on top of them. One of the biggest things to make sure you don't feel like crap and you don't get headaches and you're not suffering is water. So keeping sure you're hydrated. But if you're on Ozempic or if you're on a fitness program or you're just starting a fitness program, you need to be drinking more water
than what you already
were. We used to say 8 to 12 glasses was the standard, but that's not the same anymore. Now what you need to do, and I've said this in previous episodes, is you keep an eye on your urine. The hydration level, the color of it is what's going to tell you how hydrated you are.
Gotcha.
So if your urine is super bright yellow, then you're dehydrated. Okay. If it's super clear, you're too hydrated.
Balance. We talked about
balance, right? If you're too hydrated, water is just flowing through you. This is actually something that happens to marathon runners a lot. It's called hyponatremia. Hyponatremia is when you have too much water and it just goes out of your body, and you can actually cause problems to your kidneys and your liver. Absolutely. There have been professional runners with a monster six-pack, super fit, dying of kidney disease.
Wow.
Because they think they're hydrating, right?
Too much of anything is bad for you.
Yes. They're chugging tons and tons and tons and tons of water, but they're not keeping it in their system because they're using a ton of their electrolytes by running so much, especially in the sun. So you need to make sure that your electrolyte balance is high. You want to make sure that your hormone D, not vitamin D, it's hormone D now. It's much more important. You're getting your vitamin D and you're keeping your electrolyte levels high. That way you absorb your water, because if you don't have a high vitamin D, you just pee it out. You sweat it out. I'm literally talking.
So you're giving us one more layer here. Yeah. Don't just drink it.
Absorb it so that your body uses it.
I like that. Don't just drink it. Absorb
that should be on a t-shirt.
So I like that.
So that's the big takeaway, especially if you're going to be getting on any new fitness programs or if you're going to be taking any sort of drugs.
Absorb it,
because water is everything, man. It's so important.
Absorb it.
Absorb. 2025, we're absorbing. So another thing I want you to absorb is a good fitness program. One of the best fitness programs out there is HIIT. HIIT. So shout out to my friend. I just met her. What is her name? Oh, Ashley. Her last name is HIIT, and I think that's hilarious. Oh, Skylar, I'm sorry. Her name is HIIT, and I think that's awesome. So we got to talk faster because the battery's dying.
Let's go.
So HIIT, it stands for high intensity interval training. So if you're just getting into a fitness program, you haven't done it in a long time, I don't recommend going right into a HIIT right away. You need to start slow. You need to do a nice slow warm up. Yes, exactly. But if you just maybe fell off during the holidays and you want to get a quick jump start, HIIT is a great way to do it. Basically, it just keeps you going, right? You're not going to stop. You're going to keep going in different exercises. You can do that in so many different ways. Google it, hit it on YouTube. There's so many ways to look it up. Just make sure that the person that you're watching has a nationally accredited certification. That's all. And
give us a quick sample of a HIIT workout. What does it look like? So that folks can get their mind around, That's all I gotta do.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Do a
just-
couple of these per week, and you're
It's just it's any combination of exercises just consistently going, right? So you can set a timer, let's say 30 seconds, 45 seconds, however long,
30,
right?
45.
So and you're just gonna set up stations. Say let's do I'll do a quick one real quick.
many?
Just
4?
let's just 4 is fine.
4 stations.
So let's do squats, push-ups, lunges, and then you can do some sort of crunch at the
1,
end,
2, 3, 4.
abdominal
1,
exercise.
2, 3, 4.
Right. So you just run through. You do 30. You hit the timer. You do the push-up. Right. Or let's start with squats. So you start with squats. And you do that for 30, 45 seconds, as many as you can do without stopping. Then you go to the next exercise, do the same thing, start it over again.
Is there a
next
rest time
exercise,
between one exercise and the
No,
other?
that's the key. That's why it's
So you
high
go
intensity
For
interval
you go
training.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then you rest a little bit.
Yeah,
before you
then you rest until your next series.
How long is this little rest? Per
Again, 30, 45 seconds.
30,
you use that
45.
timer, that's your timer.
Gotcha. Take your minute if you're getting started.
Yes,
Take your
and
one,
if you're
and a second.
just getting started, of
So you
course,
do-
you need to take your rest longer. You need to listen to your body. 100%.
If you do 3 cycles,
Yeah.
you got 3 rest periods for 3 minutes.
Yep.
Should take you about maybe 15 minutes. to do.
Exactly.
All right. So keep it in mind. 15 to 20
Quick,
minutes. with
easy. I'm thinking compound exercises. That just means more than one muscle group,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I said squats and push-ups are always a good one. And everybody wants nice to have strong abdominals because that's going to help you be pushed to more advanced exercises. So that's why I use the abdominal exercise in there. Your foundational exercises are your legs. Don't forget, guys, don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day.
And
It's a big
ladies,
muscle group, too. It's a big
ladies,
muscle group.
do more than your legs, please.
Mhm.
I see the ladies at the gym always doing their legs. You got to hit your upper body as well. You do it all together. That's why.
Look at all your muscles, right? Look at all your
Absolutely. That's
muscles,
why I
all
said,
the
and
joints.
that's why that little mini hit that I just made up in my brain right now, I literally incorporate every muscle group in there. If you get squats and push-ups, you're always going to be solid, man. And you go into the park, you can do it on the park. You know, everybody has their different environment that they like to do their fitness and incorporate in. So do it wherever you're comfortable with. Just make sure you're hitting all your muscle groups and then stretch at the end. Very important, right? So the 3 main aspects of fitness: cardio, strength, and flexibility. People spend a lot of time on one or the other. Some people do maybe 2 of them, but it's very rare to find people who do all 3 consistently. So if you do all 3 consistently, that's how you're going to get results a lot faster.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the sequence. Now, one of the reasons why I perceive it reasonable to discuss this is because health is that there's a correlation between health and insurance.
Absolutely.
Typically speaking, you're healthier, you're having to spend less time maybe with medical situations. Sometimes it's like you can't stop it, right? But
Sure.
but a lot of times you can.
Yes.
So you have to. This is information that you can use to kind of keep your body healthy and then keep your costs low. It's one of the nature to save time and money in insurance and taxes.
Dude, every single time you watch the local news and they talk about some sort of new health and fitness thing or some sort of disease that's happening, it's almost always guaranteed they're going to say exercise and nutrition help.
Yeah.
Like, just do it because it's going to help every aspect of your life, man.
Cool.
So we're going to be talking about that all January long, health and fitness.
All year long.
All year long?
And taxes.
Okay.
Health and fitness. It doesn't stop in January. We have
You're
to find a way to communicate continuously within the same, right?
All
It's
right.
part of the challenge. We're gonna keep it going.
So I'll add a new workout every week. How about that? That sounds good too.
Interesting. All right, we'll give that a shot. Weather updates. It's gonna freeze.
What?
It's,
It's going to freeze. We're talking about Houston, of course.
And surrounding areas, right? So we're
this,
getting
man.
everywhere in the news with regards to the lower temperatures that are happening. Make sure you wrap up your pipes on the outside. This is what's been recommended with regards to the.
Hey!
Make sure you.
So it might snow on Thursday.
Yeah, that's correct.
next
This is possible.
Thursday,
Now,
they say.
but the situation with the freeze is happening this Sunday. as I
Right,
understand.
Monday. So Sunday night into Monday morning. It's gonna
Yeah.
be super cold, y'all. So wrap
Thank
up,
you, Google Weather. It's a Google
Yes.
Weather situation. Thanks for
wrap up your pipes, wrap up your dogs, wrap up your husbands, wrap everybody up.
Wrap everything up. Wrap a wrapper.
Hey, you got all that extra Christmas wrapping? Wrap it up, man. That's gonna be serious, y'all. So
So keep
we're not used to this kind of stuff.
One of the big damages that happened last time was in the garages because the garages, the temperature and the insulation, I guess, is slightly different than the house, than the overall house. So keep that in mind whenever you do your wrapping, right? And then also the outside pipes. Keep those in mind, right? Also, open up the cabinets in the bathrooms and things of that nature down
forget
below.
that.
Yep.
Yep.
And then slightly open up the drains or the faucets to get
Faucet.
a little bit of water running to have that situation where there's slow water flow. They're not stuck there in the pipes. Weather updates because this week is gonna freeze.
Shout out to all of our emergency services people out there
Thank
who
you
are
very
going
much
to
for
be
being
out
out
there
there.
doing
Yep,
that
for
stuff
sure. Yeah,
and
yeah,
taking
very
care of that
talented
stuff.
I appreciate you.
Man, people looking for jobs right now, get into plumbing, guys. That's a great job to get in Houston.
Potentially,
I mean, shoot. Yeah, cops, firefighters are going to be out there dealing with this stuff. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my client Elias.
Cool. Stay safe out there whenever this weather situation goes through. Stay informed too.
Yepper.
Yep. NFL Week 18.
Pew, 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 pew. Time for Sports Scene Tell. All right, y'all. This week is weird. We got a lot of stuff going on when it comes to the NFL picture. But of course, the only thing we care about down in Houston is what's going to happen with the Texans, right? So the Texans, we're going to play the wild card winner, whoever wins, but we still don't know who's going to be in it. So it's ugly. It's going to be, let me just do it real quick. Cincinnati can force a three-way battle in the final week of the regular season thanks to a win by Denver. Denver still controls its path. The Broncos need a long shot for the Dolphins and the Bengals to win. The Broncos forced the Kansas City Chiefs. They've already been a number one, but they are going to be trying to rest people. It's extremely confusing, man. It's basically we're just all waiting for this last game. There's only a few that are picked, but the thing is, whoever the Texans play, we're probably going to play Pittsburgh, is what we're guessing.
Yeah.
Whoever wins out of the wild card and the Texans in this first game has to play Kansas City, who's waiting.
I've never seen the Texans come out of this situation ahead. Typically, this is where they get stuck, right? They've been kind of behind, so. We talked about probabilities, predictions, the games, how the pattern that we've seen, being realistic and being outside the box, where it's like, yes, we want the Texans to win, and they could.
So it's either going to be.
But the pattern of the situation just doesn't. Right, I'm just sharing each other.
This final game this Sunday. Okay, we're playing the Titans. It's not significant for us to win, but what is we're looking at the other team. So it's either going to be Pittsburgh. Chargers or the Ravens that we play in our first game.
What I will be looking for, I'll be looking for special plays. I'll be looking for special plays, like whenever they're at the line, whenever they're like I'll be looking for like fake punts, some situations that puts them at edge a little bit more. If I see it. If I don't see it, then we'll let you go.
Very good point. The playoffs is when they start pulling out all those amazing plays.
So this is what I've been looking for is the situations that I have not seen before. They may be, coming up something magical in the sleeve or whatever, but
that's why the NFL is so fascinating with this regard to it being more like a chess match with the whole season and the playoffs, because everybody has so much documents and technology and video and stats on teams that you have to do these weird trick plays and things out of your box, because otherwise you're not going to win. And it's going to be fascinating to see what the Texans do, because we do have a tricky offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick. So it's going to be intriguing and sure. I'm excited for this. But we're just waiting for the playoffs to start, man. That's all. Kansas City is going to be sitting there waiting. They got the bye, so they just get to chill while we go kill ourselves against somebody. And so hopefully we can win not only, but also come out healthy. Also, guess who won Offensive Line Player of the Year? Guess.
Who?
Who's the only offensive line player that I absolutely despise?
No way. 78?
78.
He won the
offensive lineman of the year award.
For like another team or? I'm just asking. I don't understand.
For the league.
Oh, for the league.
Oh,
well, it makes sense. I guess if they let all the offensive players come through, it makes sense.
I guess, man. Every year, it's just like
if his name was out there every time.
It's just so upsetting. It's just like because on
maybe
paper,
it's consistency.
On paper, no, it's his consistency to be inconsistent. That's what's happening. And it's like, how does he keep winning these awards? How does he keep getting the highest paid player? It baffles me. It baffles me. And even in the comments, I was looking at it on Twitter, even in the comments, everybody's like, what? He sucks. He's terrible. Like, I'm looking at all this stuff, and everybody's just like.
I mean, if they gave him an award, I don't know what he's doing.
Well, they're looking at stats.
Okay,
and that's how they come up with these awards. So, oh, man.
Let's move on to basketball, because basketball was a big part of the conversation that I've been having.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind sharing whatever detail you can with regards to also our MVP player that you have been mentioning, what that trajectory looks like. What's up?
Yeah, so
trying to catch myself up on basketball.
Well, right now with regard to the entire league, the MVP race is kind of pretty consistent right now. It's the beginning of the year, so nobody really has it nailed down 100%. But it's the typical, Joker, Giannis, Antetokounmpo. And it's who's the other one for I forgot his name, but for the Rockets though, our situation is sky high. Right now we're killing people. Right now we're beating people by 15-20. Now we did have a couple of games in a row where we lost in the end in the fourth quarter. What's happening right now is we're not having a closer. There's not someone who's just taking the ball over. So our coach is really good. Our coach is amazing at slapping people around and make them become who they need to be. And so our center, Shagun, has been the one at the end. And there, every time he gets the ball, he gets 3 players on him every single time. So that's just like easy drop off playoff because our other players around him are just athletic, vicious dunkers. So he goes down, he's like Akeem Olajuwon, and he doesn't even jump, dude. That's what's amazing about this guy.
Okay.
He barely even jumps, and he just does these little hook shots, and it just drives people crazy. And he scores like last game he had 6 steals, and he had like 20-something points.
Nice.
I mean, he's just an all-around player. This kid is the real deal. Right now, the Rockets are in 3rd place. So we're looking good right now. There's a big deal in the NBA right now that Jimmy Butler has decided that he wants to be traded from the Miami Heat. So he doesn't want to be there anymore. As a matter of fact, on his last game, he only scored 8 points. He was out there just like, I don't even care. So basically, that guy is old. Like he's like a Harden, where he's gonna hog the ball. So everybody's like, well, we need a closer. Why don't we get Jimmy Butler? No, because we have to give away all these young kids to get Jimmy Butler. And then Miami's going to be good again because they got an amazing coach over there, Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra, the coach for the Miami Heat, used to be their video guy. He's like, this guy has worked his way up to be an amazing coach, and he's going to be the head coach for that team forever. So anyway, if we give our young guys to the Heat, they're going to be great again, and we're going to be stuck with Jimmy Butler, who's like a James Harden, holding the ball forever and complaining and going out to strip clubs every night. So we are in a very odd situation, in a good situation. If we keep going in the way we're going,
odd, good situation.
Odd and good. As long as we keep going the way we're going, hopefully we do not try to get this Jimmy Butler situation.
I don't think it'll ever be just good. I think you always have some kind of situation where it's like, man, things are going great.
Sports are like that. Yeah. Sports are like that. But, we had a couple of injuries here and there, and it's caused us to rotate the lineup a little bit. And so now we got Amen Thompson starting at a shooting guard, and it's changed the way we play because he used to be the guy off the bench that comes with tons of energy and just grabs rebounds and punches people in the face. And now he's starting. So we're starting the game with punching people in the face. So it's just we're coming out hard now, man. So the Rockets, I just love our coach. I love this last game they had him mic'd up during the game. Yeah, and it's such a cool thing, man. With technology to be able to hear what they're saying to the players and hear what they're saying to each other about the players, it's just so fascinating. So Rockets are looking good, man. The NBA is has in a downward spiral right now with viewership. Because it's just like they're just going out there and jacking up threes and missing them from half court, and nobody wants to see that. So I love the way the Rockets play. It's defense, it's dunks, it's aggressive basketball, and jacking threes. So we have a mix of everything. We're excited for the Rockets.
Good season coming up for the Rockets.
It is, and we're still waiting to hear what's going to happen with Alex Bregman. He's still with the Astros. We're still waiting to hear what's going to happen with Alex Bregman right now. Everybody still has no idea what's going to happen with him. So Astros are up in the air. Rockets are looking good. Texans are TBA.
TBA. Cool. Well, thanks for that update. Sportito
update.
Boom. Some local updates. Keep in mind, we're looking to engage and communicate situations with regards to the community in Houston. And so our constituents, our representative, Ms. Carolyn Evans Shabazz, Houston City Council District D, putting together an illegal dumping town hall meeting to try to solve the issue. I guess it's a climbing issue. I'm sure it's a climbing issue. I've noticed some situations there.
Sure it is.
So it's reasonable and it's positive to go and attend. Be aware that there's a solution in place. And if you have questions about this, well, there's the information. It's going to be on Wednesday, January the 8th. I'll make it a point to try to be over there, get some information myself on how these solutions are implemented. Because if we don't understand the situations and we don't know the situations, and we wake up one day and it's like, what's up with all this illegal dumping? Well, you didn't go to the town hall meeting on how to go to resolve the situation, right? So keep it in mind. And then thank you very much for Ms. Ingram Mitchum on District D has also been very helpful, very communicative about other issues in the district. And so this is another one of the initiatives that they're putting together. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Let's get involved in the community, man.
That's right. That's right. Solutions. We need solutions. We're looking for solutions.
I live downtown, so all I see is crackheads fighting in the streets. I don't get to see illegal dumping in the hood like I used to, but I know it's a problem. So. I mean, this is important.
There you go. So town hall meeting next week on Wednesday at the 8th. All right, cool. Check it out. Reminders. What we got for the reminders? The raffle is every week, or excuse me, once a month. The first Friday of the month, we put a raffle together. We from the website. Go to the website.
Sign up.
For folks that register. So this week's winner, or this month's winner, we have is Mr. Daniel Salinas.
Is it Daniel or Daniel?
Daniel. I guess it's Daniel. Daniel Salinas. So there you go. There's two names. That's you. Let us know that you won. We're gonna send an email letting you know that we called your name here on this raffle, so that you can choose your prize, which is gonna be either a $100 gift card. You can be a part of the live episode if you're interested in maybe showcasing your business, sharing some information with the public about your business, or events. We have events all through the year, so if you're interested in that, you can also include you in those invitations.
Yeah.
Cool. Raffle time, Mr. Salinas.
Yeah.
We'll see what we come up with. Don't forget, every Friday episodes. We try to stream at 12. Sometimes technical difficulties and things of that nature.
See, we're in a new studio today.
And a studio, yeah. Sometimes things come up on the live situation, but typically 12 is the go-to time. If you have some feedbacks or questions, you want to be a guest, go to the website at premiummanfish.com and register. Cool. That's all the information that we have for today. Anything else you want to throw in there?
I just got the news that January 31st is the next comedy show at Net Bar, and I already booked the headliner, the oldest living, amazing local comedian, Mr. Andy Huggins.
All right, cool.
Andy Huggins, he's like 117 years old, and he's hilarious, and I can't believe we booked him. So that's the headliner. We haven't even booked the other comedians yet. So January 31st, 8 p.m. at Net Bar.
All right, cool. See you guys next time.
Happy birthday, Betty.
Oh, happy birthday.